Afternoon, folks, down here at Texas RV Works. We're down at the body shop, and you folks have seen this camper in here before. This is fifth wheel we've had for a minute now. We did the collision side on the other side. We've been spending a ton of time getting this thing to dry out. This is a big project, so basically this whole wall is getting redone to the door. And what's happened, if you look right here, it's actually the wall is shoved off the frame from being rotted out. So, long story short is, don't buy a wood frame camper. Bad business, people. I mean, this is essentially how it was taken out. This is all that was left. And this has been pushed off the wall. We've got it, the guys been working hard at it today. They've got it shoved back over, but we got to start right from the ground up and go up. And it's a shame, you know, and there's a backstory to this. This gentleman knew that he had a water leak, took it to 2 different places, and they did a rotten job of sealing it, and it continued to leak. If you look at these windows here, this is not how you seal windows, folks. This is nonsense. See that? So this is why I tell you not to use, this is caulk from Lowe's or whatever. That does nothing for you, folks. The only way to seal these windows and do it right is to pop them out, rebutyl tape them. This is half-ass. And I'm going to tell you what, he got charged a ton of money. I got the receipt from both dealers that did it, and you know, this should have been taken care of, because I'm sure it wasn't quite this bad, but they never even give the guy an inkling that this was going on. That they took his money and ran. And these places aren't very far away from us, just so you know. And I say this all the time. My wife says I'm a little cocky. I'm not cocky. We just do things right. And this is what separates us from everybody else. Work like this. This sat at another dealer to get this work done, and they never touched it. Because they're scared of it. They took the job on, then realized what they were getting into, realized they couldn't do it for the money in their yard, and they weren't truthful to the owners. When you come down here, we don't play that game. We don't do it. We don't treat you like that. We do it right. And just, I mean, this whole thing, you know. So a third of this job could have been saved. So a third of his money is in getting these windows recaulked and seams recaulked, and it wasn't done correctly, so it just continued to leak. So he could have taken that money and put it in here and saved himself some money. He didn't know. He's the owner. That's why he took it someplace, right? It ain't no different than taking your Chevrolet to the Chevrolet dealership. You assume they know how to fix it, right? That's why you took it there. Well, that's why you bring it to us or whoever. But this is a pitiful deal right here, and you know, these owners are great folks. We've come to know them very well, and they're fantastic people. And I promise you, they should be treated that way. And that's one thing you won't get here is you won't get some long explanation. You won't get some long bill that doesn't mean anything. And you sure as hell ain't gonna get lied to. We're gonna tell you how it is, and we're gonna do it our way, else we won't do it. At that point, you will have to take it someplace, because we do it right. There's just no sense. I mean, the amount of damage in this, so this is, folks, just to put this in perspective, this is an 06 model, Rand? 07.
06.
40 foot. Weekend Warrior, which Weekend Warrior's not a bad rig. And honestly, at the top of their game, really, in the toy hauler business, and have been for a lot of years. They do a lot of nice things. that the other ones don't even dream of doing. But this job right here, about 9,000 bucks, folks. 9,000 bucks. It's labor intensive. We'll take you inside. You'll have to excuse the inside because we're working. But it'll give you an idea of what's going on and how bad the damage was. And it's painfully obvious where the water was coming from. And it just chaps my butt that a facility would treat their customer this way. So come on in, folks. So where the bulk of this starts from is right here at this window. See how this is rotted? This window was leaking right here. So it comes down, rots this all out. I mean, this wood's not even here, folks. You can see what it should have been. It's actually still wet. And we've had this thing opened up a minute. So this window was leaking, which created this problem, which created this problem. And then gets down here and creates this problem. And then this window started leaking and created this problem. The water gets down and works its way across, right? This window was leaking. See that, Rand? That's a sure sign that window was leaking. Leaking on this window. And then there's an outdoor stereo system and there's buttons here, and we're thinking that's where the leaking was going on for here. So again, this whole wall shoved off, folks. I mean, this is crazy. And you know, I always say this, buyer beware. This isn't a buyer issue. This is a dealer issue. Be careful who you're dealing with. You know, it's painful because these folks, am I lying, Miranda? They got 3,000 bucks into sealing this.
Not lying
and
at
I
all.
promise you. Somebody should have their butt whooped over it. It's that bad and that poorly of a job. And it cost these folks a ton of money. If this had been saved, and I think they had this sealed 3 years ago, Rand? Is that maybe 2?
2.
Well, we'll call it 2 because I think that's a better number if I remember correctly. But 2 years ago, I'll promise you, this wasn't all this way. And then took it to another dealer after it was sealed. And then the other dealer decides he's just going to put new Luan on it and not fix any of the damage. It's incredible to me. It frustrates me because people don't deserve to get treated like that, especially in this business. So be careful who you're dealing with, folks. And I mean, I promise you, this is painful. This is painful for the owner. This is a very tedious. I mean, this is a painstaking job to redo this wall. It's incredible. But we're going to do her, and we're going to get it back over on the frame, get it all done up. Thankfully, you know, there's some good things that happened here. We were able, this is seamed right here, so we were able to get the lower fiberglass piece off. This piece of fiberglass right here, that's about $3,000 worth of fiberglass if it wouldn't have come off nice. That's a lot of money, folks. Take care of your camper. I tell you all the time. Keep the water out, and the rest of it will take care of itself, and that is true. You may have a heater issue or water heater, but those are small potatoes compared to water damage. And honestly, we specialize in this stuff, and it every time I see it, it's painful, folks. Don't do it to yourself. Take it to somebody reputable. Even if you don't take it to me, take it to somebody that's reputable. If you go to pick up your camper and there's this type of caulking around it, and you can pull it, and I'll guarantee you'll be able to pull it off, you tell them you want your money back, because that's unacceptable. I mean, it is just plain. See, there we go again, right? Look at that. Tell them you want your money back, because that junk job right there on this particular unit, I think was $2,200. I ain't even got to tell you that they got stiffed. It's a shame. It's just a crying shame. So there you go. I don't know. Maybe mid next week we'll have this all back together, Rand. Something like that. It's a solid 80-hour job plus materials, and it's labor intensive. It takes 2 guys to do it. You just don't pull this stuff out and hope that the ceiling stays up, right? So you got to crib the roof. You can see where we got a jack in here because we haven't started pulling, but we got to run stuff in here to keep the roof supported so we don't sag and all this stuff. Know what you're doing, folks. Take our hints, our tips, our tricks, and utilize them, and you'll never be in this position, I promise you. You'll never be in this position. And utilize somebody that's reputable. I can't stress it. Again, it ain't got to be me. I'm just telling you, use somebody reputable. The problem is you got to go a long ways to find it. So there you go, folks. That's what we're into down here at the body shop. And then we've got another one up at the main shop. I think we'll go through that, Rand. That needs a slide out roof, a slide out floor, and a slide out wall. Again, water damage. And actually we're going to show you the roof on this because I want to bring something to your attention. So I guess we'll go back up to the shop, up to Cullen, and we'll do a video for the folks up there to what to look for on the roof. Fair enough? Appreciate y'all, folks. Thank you.